Grand Rising and happy Gemini season. We've officially shifted into the air sign of Gemini, and I always get excited at this time of year because yay, I'm a Gemini and well, this is my season. But I wanted to share earlier this week, I felt a huge energetic shift, and I don't know if you felt it too. It was this feeling, well, for me personally, it was this up-leveling. It's like I was raised an octave or two. And I've been experiencing some pretty magical and some pretty cool experiences this week. But as a collective, I feel like we have all collectively shifted into a higher state of consciousness. We've collectively chosen to timeline shift into a higher timeline. But at the same time, it's creating a lot of instability in the field. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, the higher we go, the more light that we anchor, the darker and deeper the shadows are getting. And people are feeling a lot more emotional turbulence in their life. Things might feel amplified. People might be going through more triggers, maybe experiencing things in their life that are, like big challenges. And so that's sort of what I'm feeling this week. It's been a really big week. We have had a bombardment of solar flare activity. The Schumann resonance is off the charts. And I'm very sensitive to these energies, and I can always feel when we're getting a huge spike of frequencies coming in. I feel it. And but for me this week it's been feeling more like just up leveling. That's what I keep feeling. It's like I've risen a floor. I've gone from like the 4th floor up to the 5th floor. And so why I wanted to share this? Well, so what I'm really, really wanting to say, and this is a collective message, and take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as we continue to raise our frequency, as we continue to awaken on our path, as we continue to hold more light, as we continue to really step into that higher timeline that we're choosing, the more we're going to see things in the collective that are going to be loud, are going to feel, for some people, may feel scary. For some people, it may be, that fear is really starting to amp up. And we're watching it collectively. I mean, this has been happening for many years. We're seeing things happening on the global scale, on the global stage. Wars and pandemics and shortages of gas and the cost of food and, all of these very highly polarized things happening in the world. Our governments are literally imploding. I mean, we're seeing a lot more shadows that are coming up to the surface. And I've been talking about this for many, many years. And I remember when I first started talking about this spiritual awakening and I started speaking my truth and sharing information, especially around COVID. I remember people used to think I was literally off my rocker. They're like, what kind of conspiracy theorist are you? Like, what milk truck did you fall off of? Things like that. And it's okay, because when you speak different and share different perspectives, and when you challenge the status quo, when you rattle people's belief systems, it's normal that people get triggered and upset and project their insecurities onto you. But what I'm really noticing is, especially this past year, but especially these past few months, is I'm seeing with my very own eyes and hearing with my very own ears people in my life that are starting to ask the same questions that I was asking 7, 8, 10 years ago. What's happening? Why is this happening? Like, how ridiculous is this? How can our government be doing this? Why are they saying this and doing the other, the opposite? And why do they make promises and they keep breaking them? Why are we allowing these things to happen? I'm seeing more people ask the questions. And that is amazing, because what it's telling me is that this global awakening is in warp speed. More people have been waking up, more people are waking up, and we're coming up to I feel it in my bones, like there's another event on the horizon that's going to come and help wake up a lot more people. So COVID was a catalyst for a huge, massive awakening. Millions of people woke up around the world. It woke up people. It ripped the veils off to the corruption that's been happening behind the scenes. All of these globalists and UN and the WHO and the WEF and Agenda 21, 2030, all of these what were called conspiracies are no longer conspiracies. They're actually true, and they're being disclosed, and people are starting to see it. So what I feel like is coming is, as we're being elevated and assisted in this frequency that we're all going up in, this constant ascension, is that it's going to culminate and something else is going to happen that's going to blow people's minds all over the world. Whatever that is, and I have no idea what that is. It just feels like something is coming. I felt exactly the same in 2019. I remember saying to myself, I feel like something big is coming. I feel like there's something that's gonna pop. I couldn't put my finger on it. I just didn't understand it, but I kept saying that. I kept feeling it. Like, time feels really warped and things are just weird and things in the world are just kind of going off the rails, and I just feel like something was going to happen. And then long and behold, 2020 rolled around and boom, there it was. And when COVID happened, that is when I had my holy shit, this is what I was feeling. What's really going on? And that's when I really woke up to a much deeper level of the corruption within this world. And I feel that same feeling that something is coming, and I don't know what it is. And who knows? Is it going to happen this year? Is it going to happen next year? I have no idea. I'm just sharing what I'm feeling. And I'm just sharing, my experience, and maybe you're feeling this too. But Gemini season has really come in very strongly. It's been intense since the Fire Horse year started back in February, and it's been amplifying more and more and more. And I tune into the collective energies, and I can just feel the themes. I can feel the underlying energies of what's happening. And I also intuitively connect to, what's happening out there. And it's very in sync with the frequencies that are coming as well from our sun. You see, our sun is a galactic portal. It is assisting us on this global awakening journey for every single human on planet Earth, whether you are aware of it or not, whether you are considered awake or asleep, whether you believe in it or not. Everybody is going through it, and everybody's feeling it in their body. Their bodies are weird, strange sensations, ailments, strange physical sensations. You go to your doctor and your doctor's like, there's nothing wrong with you, but you're like, but this is what I'm feeling. I'm having these pains, I'm having these aches, I'm having these situations. And then all of a sudden they might just disappear. Or maybe you're going through blood pressure issues or dizziness or vertigo, or maybe a lot of your old injuries have suddenly reactivated. These are all happening to everybody across the world because our bodies are being bombarded with more light. And this light is what's helping us. It's data, it's information, it's part of our ascension. And if you've chosen this ascension timeline, if you've chosen to move into this new earth, then your body's going through a really big restructuring. Your DNA is restructuring, and we're changing from carbon base to crystalline. And that's why we're seeing a lot more people suddenly becoming psychic or intuitive, because this has always been our birthright. Every single one of us have these gifts. It's just that the majority of humanity has been suppressed and controlled and disconnected from our souls, and we forgot. But as our DNA becomes activated, we're coming more online, we're being assisted, we are upgrading, we are activating, then we are coming back into remembering of who we are. And I talk a lot about this together with my co-host on our podcast. It's called @Infinite-T Podcast. And it's all about spiritual awakening, spirituality, the woo. We talk about galactics. We talk about healing. We talk about everything under the sun that's going to help you on your journey. So come on over there, follow and subscribe, and stay tuned, because each week we release a new episode and we talk about different topics. This week, the topic of our episode, number 15, that was released on the 19th of May, is called Shift Happens. And actually, we pre-record our podcasts, and so I found it so funny that we released it this week when this big energetic shift happened, and we just shifted into Gemini. So I find that divine synchronicity quite validating. It just confirms, what I'm feeling and what I'm picking up. Not that I need any external validation, because I trust my intuition, but I'm still human, and sometimes I'm like, well, am I really feeling this? And then when I get these validations, it's just a confirmation. It's just like, okay, yeah, I got it. So thank you. So one more thing I wanted to share. This week, after I felt that significant shift, this energetic shift, all of a sudden, I started noticing purple everywhere I went. Purple bushes, purple trees, purple flowers, purple things, like everywhere. And it was just like popping out. Now, I always look at flowers and trees when I walk, but it's been like vibrant. And it's just like something that I just couldn't not notice. And I was telling my husband the other day, I'm like, I've just been seeing purple everywhere. And just as we were walking, I saw another 3 purple different kind of bushes on our walk. So to me, purple symbolizes higher consciousness. It symbolizes intuition. It symbolizes transformational growth. It symbolizes divine wisdom for me personally. And so once again, for me, that synchronicity validated exactly what I was feeling in the collective, is that we have actually shifted into a higher frequency. So that's all I wanted to share. So once again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Place your comment below and tell me what you think. And have you been feeling that? Have you been feeling what I'm feeling? I would love to hear. In the meanwhile, have a fabulous day. I'm sending you all so much love, light, and stay on the right path.